I'm Dr. David Lee Krofcheck. I've been doing acupuncture for over 28 years. I have a doctorate in Oriental medicine, and I'm a Michigan State registered acupuncturist. We are going to briefly explore the roots and beginnings of acupuncture in ancient Chinese history, using the Bible to help guide us. When and where was acupuncture discovered, developed? I will introduce some exciting information. The average American may welcome the news that acupuncture's existence could date back 4,000 years to a monotheistic culture. One of the problems of radiometric or carbon dating is they assume that the ratio of carbon-12 to carbon-14 has always been the same. If there was a worldwide flood that covered all the vegetation, that would change the ratio and thereby throw off their dates. Before 550 BC, the Chinese worshipped Shangdi. Pinyin, it's Shangdi. In Wei Giles, it's Shangti. Literally, the term means above emperor, or put another way, Lord on high, or supreme God. No idol has been fashioned in his image because he has forbidden it. After extensive research, Christian missionaries and theologians have found Shangdi to be the God of Abraham, the I Am. If this is so, the ancient Taoists, who developed acupuncture around 4,000 years ago, searched for wisdom through nature and the same holy God, the one depicted in the Bible. It's probably not a coincidence that Taoism means the truth and the way. I don't believe these ancients were naive for believing in God. I believe they had a personal relationship with the God of the universe. I believe this relationship is available for us today. The Shu Qing, the book of history compiled by Confucius, says, he, Wang Di, the Yellow Emperor, sacrificed to Shangdi. The book titled The Discovery of Genesis further states that the sacrificial ceremonies called border sacrifices were performed by the emperors. These rituals were similar to the Jewish sacrificial ceremonies. The Chinese sacrifices continued with a recital similar to ones mentioned in the book of Genesis, Genesis 1, even after they lost their full meaning until the last Chinese emperor in 1911 AD. With efforts to elevate the emperor's stature, the worship of God by the people gradually ceased. Eventually, only the emperor was found worthy enough by his counselors to worship God. The emperors continued the ceremonies from 2600 BC to 1911 AD, and that's over 4,500 years. Confucius says, he who understands the ceremonies of the sacrifices to heaven and earth would find the government of a kingdom as easy as to look into his palm. This is quoted from The Doctrine of the Mean, 19. The onset of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, as restated by Lao Tzu, did not come about until 550 BC, long after acupuncture is evidenced to exist. From Elizabeth's 1966 introduction to the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine, quoting from page 10 of the introduction, but Lao Tzu, 6th century BC, the spiritual founder of the movement of Taoism, and supposedly the founder of natural philosophy, was only a manifestation of the much older universalism. And he also cites that Taoism was not a term made up by Lao Tzu. It had existed previous to this. Bianxi, or sharpened stones, were used in the Neolithic or Stone Age. In China, during the Shang Dynasty, 1600 to 1100 BC, pictographs suggest moxibustion, burning the herb mugwort on acupuncture points, was used along with acupuncture. Please go to our website to download the complete article Scientific Basis of Acupuncture with references at www.acupunctureinfo.net. So, acupuncture stimulates the body's natural healing systems. The three main mechanisms of its actions are 1. Neurological, 2. Biochemical, and 3. Bioelectrical. And the following will help us understand the details. Studies utilizing PET scan technology have verified the linkage of distal acupuncture points to correlating brain centers and demonstrated the homeostatic effects of acupuncture. After years, we have the long-awaited discovery of the anatomical structures comprising the meridians. We have articles referenced that summarize the details of fascinating properties of these structures. The first mechanism, neurological, the A delta and C fibers carry signals into the spinal cord and upward to the brain. The importance of the fibers in addition to mediating acupuncture is the connections to the internal organs through the dorsal horns of the spinal cord. Second mechanism, biochemical. Many bioactive substances, including bradykinin, histamine, and leukotriene, are important for initiating responses at the acupuncture points. The serotonin, enkephalin, endorphins, and substance P are important for mediating the central nervous system effects of acupuncture. The third mechanism is bioelectrical. Electric energy, naturally occurring in the body, has been found to stimulate regeneration and healing. The limbs of frogs and rats were regenerated and resistant bone fractures were healed in humans by electric treatment. Ions of radioactive isotopes injected into acupuncture points migrate along meridians. Inquisitive minds have investigated the ancient Chinese written characters and have found that they correlate to the story of Genesis, chapters 1 through 11 in the Bible. Before written language, civilization used the oral tradition, and this tradition contained the events of creation, the flood, and the dispersion from the Tower of Babel. We know this from analysis of these ancient Chinese characters. For instance, the Chinese character for create includes the character for dust or mud, mouth, movement of life, and able to walk. These correlate to Genesis 2:7, quoting, "Then the Lord God formed man of dust from the ground and breathed with his mouth into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being, not a baby, but a living, walking adult." Another example is the character for boat. It includes the character for vessel, ate, and mouth. Does this make you think of anything? The Bible's account of Noah and the great flood says that 8 people, or mouths, boarded the vessel. The 8 people were Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives. Further analysis of many other Chinese characters illustrate the Genesis account. These little pieces of the puzzle point to a monotheistic early Chinese civilization, one that worshipped the one true God of the Bible. Our country's current disease care system is strangling our economy. Costs have skyrocketed from $714 billion in 1990 to $2.5 trillion in 2009. The integration of Oriental medicine, and that's including diet, nutrition, exercise, herbology, and acupuncture, into a true healthcare system is the answer. These modalities are much safer, less expensive, and very effective. By revealing the godly roots and scientific basis of acupuncture, we can help people embrace this natural healing technique. The health benefits and economic savings resulting from these natural therapies being used are essential for the future of our economy.